Hey, hey, Shalom. I want to finish up this video, and yeah, like I was saying, they terrified. They terrified of us. You know, the scriptures mentioning about that, and see, we becoming the greatest thing ever. The greatest story is being told right now, and it's going to be always told in the kingdom. We're going to always be glorified, and the other nations will be back in order after we get during the time of that 1,000 years of this earth being cleansed. Everything gonna get back into order, and you're gonna take a lot of ass whipping, but rightfully so. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful to do it. All right, and I was when I thought of that, they were gonna be terrified. They're gonna be terrified. I thought about this verse. This is Revelation chapter 11. I'm gonna start at verse 8, and it says, Revelation chapter 11 verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, and that great city is America, and we're spiritually lying in the street and mentally. Now we awaken. The remnant is waking up. They being free mentally and spiritually. The Lord is waking up the dry bones is being moistened, and their dead bodies should lie in the great city. I don't have no internet right now, Salakia. So bear with me, Salakia. And their dead bodies should lie in the great city. No, Salakia. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. All right, the spirit of Sodom and Egypt is here. All right, that's what's here. In this wicked society, man. The ways of Sodom and Gomorrah, the ways of Egypt, which is Mataziah. All right, where also our Lord was crucified. They X'd him out here. They X'd out Yahweh Shah. And we see that the only way he's being reintroduced is through the prophets. The Lord he always told the prophets to go out there and do his will. Alright. And verse 9, and they of the people and kindreds and tongue and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days. Right? That goes into the 300 and 300 and a half, 300 and Salakia, 300 years and a half. Salakia. And in a half, and should not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. They're not. This is what they're not doing. They're not telling us who we are. Bringing us back to remembrance. So that's not their job. But that's how you know that they are enemies too. Psalms 83. Right. Right, and verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them. And they have rejoiced over us, bro. In this fucking state. What is that verse? They laugh in Latinx and lamentation. I can't get it to him now. They laugh, they clap their hands at us. Because we're in this fucked up position. Yahweh Shah is coming back for his people, bro. And make merry. See, they fucking having a good time. Well, it says Mary. When you go to the word Mary, right, which is G2165, Ephraino, Ephraino, or Yapharino. Alright, gladden, make joyful, to be glad. They glad that you in this situation. You ain't got no fucking friends in other nations, man. Joshua and the rest of these damn nations is not your peoples. They don't like they glad that your ass is in the street corners fucked up. But now the tables is turning. The other nations is feeling fucked up. The table is turning. To be glad, to be merry, to make rejoice, to rejoice, to rejoice in, be delighted with a thing. They happy that you're in this situation, bro. But the Lord is bringing us back to the ultimateness, man, which is dope, man. This is really dope. All right. And shall send gifts one to another, and the gifts was us, and you know all other stuff to find great things that they having, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Yeah, we tormented them. All right. And after 3 days, and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh, while Yahweh shot into them. Yeah, after this 300 and a half years, the spirit, that's what we got right now. Which is dynamic, man. Hey, you know, I'm always, you know, I'm always thinking, meditating on this. Like, we're gonna be able to control rain, and who gets rain, who don't get rain, based upon their obedience to our Lord and our power, them worshiping our Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and knowing who's the true power. You know? Right? And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Yahushua into them. And they stood upon their feet. Yeah, let's go back to Ezekiel. Dynamic, man. Hey, you think about the slavery and all this shit coming across the sea on slave boats and shit, and right now, being all fucked up. You know, our nation is really 2/3 is a lot. For, you know, we got the remnant with the Wayabashim for the remnant. But that 2/3 is a lot. The Wayabashim for that 2/3, for that 1/3. Wayabashim. And they stood upon their feet. A great fear fell upon them which saw them. And I tell you, like I said, they terrified of us, man. They'd rather have you blown. I was just saying the other day too, they'd rather you be thugs and niggas and gangbangers than be Yasha Allah. They don't want you to break them chains off your head. They don't want you to get this. And it's gonna be glorious, man, when these things happen, man, right before their eyes. I was thinking about the amazement, you know. Hold on, Salakia. Alright, I'm gonna read this verse first, right here. Alright, it says, Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended to heaven in a cloud, And we're gonna go up in those chariots, bro. And it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be strange to them when they see those chariots. And I was watching the video about the movie that they said the aliens came back for the aliens came back for people with melanin. And then Esau, all you can think about, what about who gonna do all this work here? But they don't want you here though with you. They don't want to pay you. The only reason our damn devils is fucking working because they get paid, you know, they do construction shit on the road, or they foremen and shit, because they get paid $30,000, they get paid $30 an hour or salary, but they still want your ass to fucking do the hard labor. Fucking damn, they're the worst, man. The worst nation right now we are under is our Joshua. Right. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up, saying unto them, not everybody, unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies, it's an S at the end, not enemy, enemies beheld them.